Most people believe the path to wealth is simple. Earn money, spend less than you earn, save the difference. It sounds like the best way to spend money. It actually sounds disciplined and safe. But here's the uncomfortable truth. For most people, saving alone will never make them wealthy. Not because saving is bad, but because the math quietly breaks down. Let's walk through it. Meet Alex. Alex graduates college and lands a decent job making $60,000 a year. Like most people, Alex hears the same advice over and over again. Budget carefully. Cut unnecessary spending. Save consistently. On the surface, it makes perfect sense. If you spend less than you earn and invest the difference, over time, the money should grow. That's the traditional wealth formula many people were taught. And for a long time, it worked reasonably well. But the key question is this: does the math still work today? Let's break down Alex's real situation. Alex earns $60,000 per year. After taxes, healthcare deductions, and basic payroll costs, the monthly take-home income is about $3,700. Now let's look at realistic expenses. Rent, $1,400. Food, $450. Transportation, $350. Utilities and internet, $200. Phone and subscriptions, $200. Insurance and healthcare, $250. That already totals about $2,850. And that doesn't include travel, emergencies, replacing a laptop, or helping family. So let's assume Alex is disciplined and manages to save $850 per month. That's $10,200 per year. Now Alex invests that money in the stock market. Historically, long-term returns average about 6 to 8% per year. Let's assume a conservative 7% annual return. After 10 years, Alex accumulates about $140,000. After 20 years, roughly $420,000. After 30 years, around $1 million. On paper, that sounds impressive. But now, consider the timeline. Alex is now in their mid-50s, and that $1 million required 3 decades of disciplined saving. Meanwhile, inflation kept rising the entire time. If inflation averages about 3%, the purchasing power of that future million may feel closer to $400,000 to $500,000 today. Suddenly, the story looks different. Saving worked, but it worked slowly. Here's the part most financial advice quietly ignores. The real limitation wasn't Alex's discipline. It was Alex's income ceiling. Saving is a percentage game. You can only save a fraction of what you earn. If Alex saves 20% of income, that's considered excellent financial behavior. But 20% of $60,000 is still only $12,000 per year. Even if Alex's salary increases to $80,000, the annual savings might rise to about $16,000. Better, yes, but still limited. This is where the hidden variable appears. And it's not budgeting, it's leverage. Saving is defensive finance. It protects you from financial shocks. But wealth usually grows through offensive positioning. Scarce skills, ownership, equity, systems that generate income beyond direct labor. Think about the difference. If Alex only trades time for money, income has a hard ceiling. There are only 24 hours in a day, and that limit is non-negotiable. Now imagine Alex develops a skill that doubles income. Instead of earning $60,000, Alex begins earning $120,000. Nothing else changes. The same 20% savings rate now becomes $24,000 per year. Investment compounding suddenly accelerates, but leverage can go further. What if Alex builds something that generates income beyond salary? A specialized consulting skill, a digital product, a niche online platform, a small ownership stake in a business. Now, some of Alex's income becomes scalable, not just exchanged hour for hour. This is the difference between an income stream and an income engine. And once that shift happens, compounding begins to work much faster, because the input capital grows, not just the return percentage. This is why many people follow all the correct financial advice and still feel financially stuck. They mastered saving mechanics, but never examined their income architecture. So the smarter framework looks like this. First, stability. Control spending. Build emergency savings. Avoid destructive debt. Second, skill leverage. Develop capabilities that increase your earning ceiling, not just promotions, market-relevant, high-value skills. Third, ownership. Assets that scale beyond your direct time. And here's a simple self-audit. Ask yourself, what percentage of my income is scalable? If my salary froze for 5 years, what would happen to my finances? And am I optimizing for saving harder or earning differently? Saving is still important, but saving alone is like trying to fill a swimming pool with a garden hose. Progress happens, just very slowly. The real breakthrough happens when the water pressure increases. And that shift usually isn't about budgeting. It's about positioning yourself where income can grow faster than time. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe,